This is Sunsun Mushi, and this is a pick a card reading for messages from the new moon in Leo that we just had today, or it's tonight. I'm not really quite sure, but point is it's on the 11th, and today is the 11th. And these are also messages about any energy shifts or changes from the partial solar eclipse, which was also today. So yeah, really these are just messages from, I guess, the moon and the eclipse, and particularly these messages will be about shifts, changes, if something has changed. I'm not quite sure if this is going to be exactly a love reading, or if maybe one of them will be more so love than the others, or if all three will turn out to be love readings, but I'm just gonna allow any and all messages to come to me, and yeah, we'll see how this goes. So if you guys can tell, I reset my decks, so it kind of starts at 0, the Fool, 1, to the Magician, and so forth, and you can see that these are all in order. And it goes, yeah, just like that. So I reset all my decks pretty much to just have a fresh start, really, because with all the major energy shifts and whatnot, and I'm not like super knowledgeable about all this stuff, but I can feel it, you know, like with the times changing. Wow, things are changing very rapidly. It's very windy outside where I'm at, like incredibly windy. I wish I could move the camera and raise the whatever it's called, curtains, window, blinds, there we go. But yeah, anyways, things are changing, and so I actually did not bring my crystals over here. They're right over on that desk. I can still feel their energy, so it's cool. To pick for these readings, I actually am going to have particular decks for each reading. So reading number 1 is going to be, oh, and by the way, oh, and also thank you guys for supporting my channel. If you want a personal reading or want to set anything up, because I do all sorts of readings. I do like readings with the piano, so like I'll like channel your energy and pretty much play a song and then analyze it, and then also do a reading. Or I can do a One Piece reading, if you guys know about that, where I have my One Piece volumes and I do a normal reading, but I also incorporate sort of like messages from my favorite series, stuff like that. So if you want any sort of reading, check out the description, or I guess I can just tell you, just email sunsunmushi@gmail.com, or you can message me here on YouTube. But if you do that, then you do have to check the description, because there's like a really long link and you have to click it and it adds me on the YouTube thing. But oh, and if you want to support the channel in like a different way financially, if you want to support me, that's also in the description. Trying to remember everything. My Spotify playlist, so the music I'm usually listening to, that's also in the description. I have an Instagram. I'm finally mentioning it. And another announcement is that from now on, oh, I don't know from now on, but like for a while, readings 1, 2, and 3 will all be their own individual video. So this is all for reading 1. Reading 2, you'll have to click the link and go to that video. Reading 3, it'll be a different link for that video as well. That way, all of my readings can have at least 30 minutes. So, yeah. Expect the readings to be about 30 minutes long each. But yeah, reading number 1 is my One Piece Uno deck with my Medicine Cards deck. Reading number 2 is the Wisdom Seekers Tarot deck with, excuse me, my Soul Cards 2 deck. Yeah, it's the sequel. So those cards, any of these call out to you, with yeah, oh wait, no, that was all. And then reading number 3 is the House of Wisdom, House of Night, Oracle, something like that. Pretty sure that's what it is. Deck. That's this one. The Wisdom, House of Night deck. Oracle. So this is calling out to you with the Psychic Heart Tarot deck. Yeah. So that's reading number 3, those 2 decks. So just to clarify one more time, it's reading number 1, reading number 2, and reading number 3. So we're going to go ahead and get started with reading number 1. And I'm going to sit farther back. Good old scoliosis. Okay, so, ooh, I don't know if you heard that, but it's just my, I don't know, bones popping. Okay. Wow. A big shift. So I was wondering, what are some big energy shifts going on for those of you just reading number 1? I'm hearing there's been something has been cleared up. This is the Ace of Swords. So I feel as though for those of you just reading 1, there's been some great mental clarity. And if not, you're seeking it and you sure are finding it. Yeah, I feel like you've decided on something. There's something you made a decision on with your mind, with your thoughts. So in terms of this clarity, I don't know, I feel like it's just a decision that I feel is in alignment with your mind, your heart, your soul. I don't know, like all your energies. Like I feel like this is just something that's like really in alignment with what you want to do from this point on. So in terms of the major energy shifts, maybe it was now or just throughout this whole summer or something, but I feel as though you've really grown a lot. Obviously, as we all always do, but yeah. Let's see what else is there. Yeah, this is something about this decision. This is the 8 of Pentacles, by the way. You have this clear vision of what you want to dedicate your time to, what you want to spend your time doing in the material world for the time being. For this present moment, I feel like a big shift is you know where you want to go, pretty much. Yeah. With strength, here you go. This is the Strength card. I hear that times may be rough, or maybe they're not, but ultimately things are scary, perhaps, and you're just trusting, pretty much. I feel like you trust in the universe, or all of your inner strength is helping you through it. You're just trusting that whatever is going on right now, it is ultimately helping you for your future, and that shows a lot of strength. Yeah, you got, wow, both Nami cards. You are really creating this life for yourself. A big shift, I would say, is I feel like something was burdening you, or you felt trapped, and perhaps now you feel free. You freed yourself from something. This is the Magician card. So I feel as though you freed yourself from something. Maybe from a situation in the material world. This could be freeing yourself like from a connection, like a relationship, or people who no longer serve you. And I mean that in the sense that like perhaps there were some toxic people in your life, and you found the strength within, because as much as you care and love for these people or these places or these things, I feel as though you found the strength within to let go of the past, really. So this doesn't have to be about like leaving people in the present, but rather leaving the past in the past and moving on from it. With this Eight of Pentacles, I also feel it like an Eight of Cups, that like you know where you want. Your heart has moved on and you know where you want to go with your mind, with your heart, with your body, like everything. King of Pentacles, yeah. I feel like you're building something just really stable, honestly. Yeah, as the Empress, this is like you know to put yourself first. You're putting yourself first as the Empress, and as the King of Pentacles, you are not abandoning others. You are just simply realizing your own worth, and that you have to create a life for yourself. I'm also feeling, in terms of love, for those who might resonate with like messages of love or relationships, this is kind of like yin and yang. Like you are like the Empress and the other person's the Emperor, and you both have a place of your own and stand alone, but can come together with your own gifts and your own life built up. It's like you rely on yourself for strength, for your well-being, for your finances. You know, you take care of yourself. You love yourself, you care for yourself, everything, so much that you can share that energy as well with another. And it's like, yeah, it's pretty much that. You can share that with another, and it's like self-reliant, basically like building yourself up so you can be in a non-codependent relationship, if that makes sense. Yeah, wow. I'm here to pull one more card from this deck, and then I'm going to pull some cards from the medicine deck. I'm just going to let a card fall out. This one. I didn't let it fall out, but I was feeling this one. Yeah, Four of Pentacles. So, and wow, yeah, the way I'm picking this up is, so this is a message of love. This is continuing the whole love thing, that you have your own stuff built up. You've got the physical, the mental, the spiritual, and the social, you know, the four pillars kind of thing. You have those for yourself. You have your own empire of, you know, and the empire is your body, you know, your body is a temple, that sort of thing. You have everything you need, and the other person has everything they need. So imagine like two fours, when they come together, bind and connect as an eight. This really stable, infinite energy of abundance and joy and well-being, that if it ever unbinds, both energies will be their own infinite. It's like a four, but it's like two. It's like two different eights that are actually just fours because it's half. I don't know. Hopefully that made sense. But yeah, basically it's just you have clarity on how to make all this happen. These are the shifts going on. If you were in a relationship that one person relied more on the other, perhaps you're releasing those energies. That doesn't mean it's like a breakup per se. It just means that either the relationship evolved into something that was non-codependent, or you realize that if if you and the other person may never be like self-reliant, that this union has to wait, has to be put on hold as you build yourself up and the other builds themselves up. Yeah, so I feel as though some of the energy shifted, some of the energies kind of split. So for those of you who chose reading 1, I feel like some of what I just said in the last like 5 minutes might be a little spotty, in the sense that different parts of those make sense. Like some of you are in a relationship, some of you aren't. Some of you it's like much more blended than just one or the other, you know? So yeah, take those messages how they resonate. So, okay. Okay, yeah, this is back focused on the self. So that stuff I was talking about regarding like relationships, yeah, it's like more importantly is how do you feel? Do you feel good enough? Do you feel you can stand alone? Do you feel that it's you that makes you beautiful, not this other person, if there is another person? It's like, how do you feel about yourself as the moose? 11, this is like a twin flame number, 1111, or like connection, like partnership number, I don't know. I always say twin flame, but that's just because like my default word for some reason, because I don't know. I still have much to learn, so over time how I phrase these things will change, but basically, yeah, with moose is like, how do you feel about yourself? And I feel like a big shift is that you've been finding the strength within to find those answers and to really find balance within both the light and the dark of yourself. It's interesting. We got a lot of earth and air, not so much water or fire. So I feel like this big shift is not so much to do with your passions and your emotions. I feel like for those of you who chose reading 1, and maybe a lot of us, because I feel like many of us watching are like divine feminines or more feminine energy, that we kind of have a pretty good grasp on our on water and fire with our like emotions and our desires, our like actions, our passions, whereas the material world and our thoughts and making them manifest, oddly enough, is difficult. At least for me, and at least for what I'm hearing with the big shift, is that you're like getting better basically at manifesting your reality. That's pretty much what I'm hearing with all this, and realizing that you have the magic. I feel like that's a big boost for your self-esteem, and it's not some other person that can make this happen for you. It's you, but you still deserve partnership. You still deserve love from outside of yourself, but it starts from within yourself, and I feel like that's a big shift. Yeah, you're really just going for what you want. It's like time to create a world for yourself that includes love with a person and with like, you know, like a partnership, but one where you're a badger and they're a badger too. You both do what you want. You want equality. You want the way you feel about yourself, that the other person feels that way about themselves. Not like, you know what I mean, like how you can feel good about yourself. You want another person to also realize their own worth, and then together realize each other's worth too. Dear, and wow, 2 4s here. Yeah, I feel like a big shift is you're letting go of fear, and if not, you're holding on to fear. But I don't even know why I said that. I mostly just hear that you're letting go of fear. Yeah. Letting go of fear, letting go of past perceptions of this world, maybe the way you felt about the world, maybe the way you felt about yourself. You're letting go of certain things. Yeah, fears. This is facing your fears, and I was going to put that up here with clarity. I think maybe you found where a lot of the root of your fears come from, and especially regarding coming together with a person, and maybe that realization was that it comes from your own self-esteem, from yourself, that what you fear might be, what if you don't deserve this? Or what if you're not good enough? Or what if, maybe the opposite. Maybe a fear was like, maybe you were doing really good and had all this self-esteem, and you were like, yeah, I trust the connection, I trust the connection. You know, I'm doing this out of love, I'm doing this out of unconditional love. Maybe a fear is like, what if I'm not? What if I am selfish? What if it's this? What if it's that? Fears hold you back. And so I feel as though this big shift, this clarity, is letting go of those fears, really getting to the bottom of where do they come from? Who and what situations created those fears within you? Where did this conditioning come from? I feel like these are questions you are finding answers to. Wow. Yeah, you are charging forward and you are going with the flow. You are, yeah, looking within for your fears. You're finding the beauty of your fears, that they are simply reflections of your desires, of the truth. They are reflections of what the actual, of who and what you actually are, which is beautiful. You're beautiful. Like, I'm gonna split this. Joy. Yeah. You're letting go of fear, and whatever fears you're letting go of become full of joy, because fears are reflections of joy. Wow. Really cool. We got 4 4s down here. Look at this. 44, 44. I don't know if you can see it. I'll show you. See, 44 and 44. So that's pretty cool. Numbers stand out to you guys. There's a lot of stuff with the numbers that I always see, but I try not to just like get into that mode, because I don't know how you guys feel about me just talking for like, hey, look at all these numbers. But I find significance in number synchronicities. So I guess the only other one I'll add up is that these 2 cards have 3s on the Uno deck. They add up to 6, and 6 times 5 is 30. So I see a huge connection with manifesting your reality. I think something you learned is if you have fears and you think about those fears and you worry about those fears, that gets mixed into the pot of manifestation. And so you create them. So if you can find the root of where your fears come from and realize they come from your hopes and your dreams, because they are reflections, and you balance them, you are the creator of your own reality, your own destiny. And I don't know, I think that's like one of the final messages. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. I just read that on the screen with this music playing, so I felt like that really goes with this. So, yeah, really beautiful. And, yeah, I feel like you're going with the flow. In terms of self-esteem, it's a process, you know? I feel like you're getting in the flow of where you are in the material world. I feel like this might be a Cups. No, it's not. 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, you're very independent. This is the most positive 5 of Pentacles I've ever picked up. That's funny. You're, you might be kind of on your own right now, but I feel like you don't feel alone, or you're getting through those types of shifts. Okay, so this flew out. The Cups, they flew out like this, but I think it's yeah, it's just because they came out this way. Okay, so 2 of Cups, 3 of Cups, Ace of Cups. I know that's just because I reset the deck, so it's 1, 2, and 3, but no, I think this is like a process. The process you're going through is filling yourself up with your own emotions, your own fulfillment, your own love. Then celebration comes in, and ultimately so does partnership. So that is something, I feel as though that is something that's on its way with everything, but it's not necessarily quite there yet. Let me pull a clarifier on each. The Ace of Cups energy. Let's clarify this Ace of Cups. So I got this Ace of Cups. 3 cards came out. 8 of Swords, Queen of Wands, Knight of Wands. So, the 8 of Swords... Yeah, there's still something... While you have freed yourself, your heart might feel trapped, it might feel stuck. Perhaps you're trying to do things on your own, and basically this is just a message that it's okay to ask for help. Whether that's like just the universe, or a friend, or someone you want to reach out to. Basically hearing that it's okay to reach out. That might be what you truly want to do, and if it is, I'm hearing you can do anything you want to do. You can. There's consequences, but like, if you follow your own heart, your own judgment, do whatever you want to do, as simple as what you want to do. Let's say you want to bring a love offer, and you get turned down. Congratulations! That's a victory, because you freed yourself from not saying anything, from not speaking from your heart. So like you can literally free yourself and do anything you want to do. In terms of the partnership, what could come from this energy? And so this came out, the Queen of Cups. That's amazing. The Queen of Cups. These, I don't know how they fell out, but Page of Cups, 4 of Wands, 4 of Cups, 5 of Cups. It's like so many things can happen from this. They can reciprocate with you, as you being Queen of Cups and them as Page of Cups. They can reciprocate and say, hey, I want this too, and come into union. Or things might be the same and you experience loss with the 4 of Cups and 5 of Cups. When regarding this partnership, I feel like those are the things that you feel about. That like, what if you talk to them, or like, what if things just stay where they're at, basically. Let's see. Well, I mean, I guess it's up to the other person. Let's tap into, well, I think the collective would be too large for that. But ultimately, both of these outcomes are good, because if things stay the same, or you find out their true feelings and perhaps it results in a loss, you can move on from this. I love how that's right on top of 8 of Pentacles, which I associated with 8 of Cups, which is like moving on, walking away. You can walk away from this once you get the answer you seek. 3 of Cups, celebration. Is there anything to be clarified with this? The Page of Wands. I feel as though the connection, though, is truly beautiful, and maybe that's what scares you, but the connection's not going anywhere. True, is there going to be a relationship? That, I think depends on how this whole reading went, or not even just this reading, but like how things are for you and this other person. But in terms of the connection, the friendship, they care. I hope you guys know at this point. And if you're in situations where maybe someone doesn't care, or they can't tell you how they feel because they don't want to hurt your feelings, they don't care pretty much, then you deserve better than that. And I hope you guys all know that you deserve better than that. You guys deserve someone who cares. So if you reach out and they never give you the same energy, or you feel hurt from them, of course, seek the truth, get to the bottom of things. But if it comes down to it, that they really just only care about themselves pretty much, then move on, perhaps, pretty much. Well, so I phrased that all in a pretty like blunt way. Basically, if you feel you don't deserve to be treated a certain way or to feel a certain way, and that the way things are, this person makes you feel that way, no matter what, you do not have to be a part of that energy. This Eight of Swords, this trapped feeling. If someone is making you feel like inadequate, or you need that person to be happy, or you need that person for anything, if they make you feel that way, I just think that you don't deserve to be treated a way that you don't want to be treated. So you can manifest your reality. You can surround yourself with energies of people who do treat you how you feel you deserve to be treated. And that can get real tough if it's like family members like that you were born with, or like certain friends that you do care about and they care about you, but you're still not, they still make you feel a certain way. Then it's tricky, because sometimes you still have to just walk away. And perhaps later, they'll grow, you'll grow, maybe you won't feel that way anymore. Nothing is permanent. I mean, at the same time, like, connections, by nothing is permanent, I mean, like, if you walk away, for the rest of your life, you could always come back. No matter the situation, I truly feel that way. It just depends on how much you can overcome, and how much others can overcome as well. So, I really don't know why I channeled those messages. I did do like a prayer with the sweetgrass and stuff, to just like any messages that come forward. So I hope these messages resonated with you guys. I feel as though bits and pieces will resonate differently, and maybe some parts just won't, but especially the ending there. But this is reading 1. I hear that these are the shifts from the partial solar eclipse, the new moon, maybe the whole summer, just like shifts that have been going on. This could be a lot more about the past, this could be a lot more in the present. Maybe it doesn't apply, but it will later to some of you. Whenever you see this message, maybe that's like the right time, who knows. I mean, other than you guys. But yeah, sending love and light. Gonna put this up on my computer and get started with reading number 2. Yeah, hope you guys are all having a really good weekend. Mine has been slow. I meant to do this earlier, but I rested a lot. So my apologies on taking a while on this. But yeah, peace out.